Welcome friends. Recently I came across the Scalper Terminal which has been launched recently by Fyers. Now I find it to be extremely interesting and just let me show you why. First of all, you log into your Fyers Terminal, click here and just go to Fyers Web. I'm basically showing you how to access the terminal. This particular screen will open. Here you will see something called Visit Scalper Terminal. So if you click this particular screen will open which have three things in front of you. For example, we are looking at Nifty. So the Nifty index is in between. The ATM call is on your left hand side. The ATM put is on your right hand side. Okay. So if you want to look at say Bank Nifty, you just need to change this and the same Bank Nifty index will be coming here with the same ATM call and ATM put on both sides. If you want to look at Sensex, same thing. The index open in between, call on the left hand side, put on the right hand side. Now let us proceed and see why this is interesting. But before we proceed to the Scalper terminal in detail, there are some other features which you should be aware of. For example, there's a switch called Discover. If you click this, you will get a screen which basically shows you a lot of things. For example, this is the market overview, which you can see the sectors, indices. If you want to see the sectors, the sectoral indices are here. If you want to see the thematic indices, those are here. Now you can also do something to see and go for screeners. Now if you go to screeners, there are a lot of ready-made screeners. For example, if you want to see the top OI gainers as at this point of time, that is which options are gaining the most in terms of OI. If you are a seller, this should be interesting. If you could see which are the top OI losers, if you are an options buyer, you should basically try to see which are the options which are trying to lose OI. Now, I am focused out here on Sensex. That's why it is giving me the Sensex trades. You can also see intraday spurts. These are the stock options where intraday spurts have been seen. So this screeners in a simple click tells you what is going on in the markets. Now let us go back to the options terminal as such. Okay, we are back to Sensex. Let us just go back to Nifty. And now we shall see the Scalper terminal in detail. Now just this particular index with a call and put doesn't mean anything, right? Now before we proceed, we are at somewhere around 23050. If I want to see 23100, I will just click on the right hand side at 23100 and the calls and puts will change to 23100. If I want to see 23,000, the calls and puts will change to 23,000. Let us come back to the ATM which is getting traded now. And let me show you the setup which I use. Now what I need you to do is, on the call, click on indicators and just attach a VWAP. Do the same thing on the put side. So now you have the option charts with the VWAPs attached. What does basically VWAP mean? Is volume weighted average price. Now if you are an options buyer, you should always try to buy an option only when it is above the VWAP. It is below the VWAP, that means whoever has sold this is getting money. As a buyer, you are probably not going to get any money. If you are an option seller, you should look to sell options which are below VWAP and not sell something which is above VWAP. The next indicator which I am going to use is open interest. Open interest is attached here. I will do the same thing. Open interest on the put side. This blue line is your open interest of this particular option and this black line is a simple moving average. So what I need to do is, the default value of this is 20. Okay, you need to change this to 12, which is because this is a 5-minute chart. 12 period moving average basically tells you the moving average of the last 1 hour and save as default. Okay, this one also change it to 12 and change it to default. So now your setup is actually ready. How do we trade on this? Before that, the reason why I saved this is, let us say I close this. And from here, I again enter the scalper terminal the next day or at some other time. What you will see is the template which I did, that is the open interest with the 12 period moving average and such, that is saved and that is coming automatically. Now for an options buyer, the thing you should be looking for is, when you are watching the ATM options, is if you are looking to buy a call, wait for the call prices to go above the VWAP and the OI to come down and break this moving average. That is, call prices are going up, it's above VWAP means call sellers are trapped. OI cutting means basically call sellers are busy squaring off their position. So that is bullish. Along with that, also notice for a bullish trade that the OI on the put side is actually going up and prices of the put are below VWAP. As of now, if I look at the scenario, OIs of both sides are going up. Both of them are above the moving averages. So I do not have a trade out here. I will have a trade only when the condition which I outlined gets fulfilled. For a bearish trade, the put prices should be cleanly trading above VWAP. The put OI should be getting liquidated. The put OI should come down, trade below the moving average of this particular open interest. On the call side, call should be written more, prices should be below VWAP. That's on your bearish trade. So unless that happens, we don't have a trade. So if that happens, we'll show an example. But the question is, how do we trade? The order entry switches are pretty interesting. For example, below the call, we have a buy button and a sell button. Below the put, we also have a buy button and a sell button. Now, if you are a fast trader, if you don't want to use your mouse and you want to use your keyboard, shift and up arrow will basically open your buy screen. This, I have just pressed shift and arrow up. It has opened your buy screen on the call. Shift and arrow down will actually open your buy window on the put. So this is a shortcut, which is a very interesting feature. This is number one. We will go to trades. Before that, two more features. Let us say if you're trading in the market, you have a lot of different trades, different positions in the market. Let's say you have a butterfly, you have sold a butterfly or bought a butterfly, you have done something like an iron fly, you have stops in places. You will see two switches out here, exit Nifty and cancel Nifty. If I click the cancel Nifty, that would means all pending orders which are there in the system will get liquidated. Let's click this. See, cancel Nifty, do you really want to cancel all Nifty FNO orders? So if I click confirm, all Nifty orders which are on pending status at the broker's end or at the exchange will get cancelled. Let's click. It gives a failed to cancel all orders because I do not have a trade. Simply exit Nifty would mean, let's say you have a position, you want to get out of the position, or maybe there's a panic in the markets, you just want to exit whatever longs and shorts you have. You click exit Nifty. It will give you something called a confirm. Click on confirm. All your existing trades will be square off. Now I don't have a trade. That's why that particular screen came. Along with this, if I click buy, the quantity which is here is basically 75, which is just one lot. So by default, it's coming at one lot. But we know that if you are scalpers, you have a certain amount in place which you need to trade every time. So go to scalper settings. If you click that, this particular window will open. For example, the quantity multiplier is 1. Let's do this 3. And order type is market. Let's do this save. Now if I try to buy a put, you will see your order quantity becomes 225, which is 3 lots on Nifty. This is another feature which you have. And obviously if you want after buy, if you want to put a stop loss, the next order along with the buy is basically what your stop loss is. So in your stop loss, you will put a trigger price and you will put a limit price. Obviously, limit price will be lower than your trigger price. For example, let me give a limit of 80 and a trigger of 84. Something price is going on anyway. So this will be how you will place your trades. But the most beautiful feature, let me repeat, is basically seeing this index. For example, as of now, as we can see, call OI is going up, put OI is coming down, and this is where your call OI becomes. So I will just buy one lot, buy. It will give you market orders, market protection order. I will proceed. Order executed, one quantity has been bought, and on your screen you can see your position and you can see your profit and loss which is running on your screen. So let us just wait with this now. Remember, this is just one lot, so you won't see here. Proceed. So your order got executed. If you can see this particular screen, I did a trade very fast. This was obviously an example trade with one lot, so you made 220 bucks or whatever. And on your chart, you can see that you bought out here and you sold out here. Now, this is the ideal trade, which should be the ideal setup, which should be actually followed by a scalper. So if you are a scalper, and if you see the setup is still telling you that this will go up, but this is how you actually do a trade. Okay, again, we are working on the same setup. Now watch this. This OI is continuously going up, which means a massive amount of calls are being sold. This put OI has got cut, which means put sellers are basically squaring off their positions. So if someone is looking to buy this particular Nifty put, he can buy at 78 and give a stop loss somewhere below, just below the VWAP, which is around 69. But let us see how this trade pans out. So let's say I buy at 78 with a stop loss at 69 and see how this works. Okay, now this call has been going on. Now you see that we got the setup. Now interestingly, this particular call, if you notice, the previous screen was quoting at 89 when we found the setup. Since it's a Wednesday, there's a fast decay. From 89 that has come down to 76, and the call which had bought at 78 is now up to 85. So if you're a scalper, enough for you, square off and get out. This is how this whole setup works, and it's continuously going up wherever you can get out. But obviously on a Wednesday where there's a high decay, selling a call is always better than buying a put. So sell trades will be giving more on a Wednesday. But on a normal day, if you're trading on the ATM, for a buyer, the setup which I showed is actually applicable both for a buyer and a seller. A buyer would be buying the put. If you think this is bearish, a seller will be actually selling the put, selling the call. Okay, so I guess I have shown you all the features and showed you a setup on how to scalp. This is a typical scalping setup. If you're buying an option, it's like $4-5, give a stop loss of $2-3 and stuff. Works on the indices. Nifty, you are obviously doing this on weekly. You can do this on Bank Nifty, Sensex, Midcap Nifty, whatever gets traded. For a scalper, I believe everything on a single screen is kind of very unique. You don't have to open different charts, different option chains and stuff. Now on your right side where you see this particular option chain, it has a few more features which you should be aware of. For example, we are looking at the 23rd January expiry. I can easily look at the monthly expiry, and the same monthly setup would be shown out here. That is, Nifty index stays the same, but 23050 call is basically your 30th January expiry, and the put is also 30th January expiry. The same setup is being used. So I can change this from here, number one. Number two, what I can do is, other than the price, I can look at the straddle prices, that each and every straddle, how much they are quoting at. And you can see there's a short build up on the straddles, that is, people are selling straddles. If you want to follow the Greeks, you can obviously look at the Greeks, see how the Greeks are. These are the put Greeks, IV and stuff. If you want to look at the calls IV and stuff, this is how we look at them. But normally I believe you'd be looking at the price. And as I said, you just need a click to change your strikes which you are following. So that's it. I believe this will be actually very revolutionary for people who are doing scalping on a short-term time frame. So if you're interested, you can visit the Fyers website, go there and see how these features pan out. Use the setups which I've shown, see them for 1 week or 2 weeks, how on each and every day these setups perform. And I think you should be okay doing this. But the biggest advantage is obviously no softwares, no different windows. On a single window, you get your analytical tools and your execution tools together. That's the biggest benefit of this Fyers Scalper Terminal. Do check it out and see if it suits your purpose. Thank you. Welcome friends. Adding this part just to show how the setup worked out today. As you can see, the call is continuously getting sold. Below VWAP, call OI is getting added. Put OI started cutting from here. As you can see, we bought at 78. The call is the put is now went up to something like 103. Nifty fell. So this is how this setup works. It's a very powerful setup. If you follow it, you're definitely going to be on the right side of the markets. Thank you.